Sunshine Strategies Radio. My name is Jen McMillin, and I am the founder of Sunshine Strategies and your host of this podcast. Here on Sunshine Strategies Radio, we help families and communities across Illinois get informed, get inspired, and get involved. If you're new to our work or podcast, please learn more on our website at sunshinestrategies.org. So, friends, this week we're going to kick it off with something that I've been kind of mulling around in my head for a long time. And I finally sat down and put pen to paper. In politics, and really in most heated conversations, you'll often hear the phrase, meet in the middle. It's usually meant as a call to compromise, a way of saying to stand somewhere between the right and the left. President Joe Biden is one of the best people at doing this. He's made his entire career out of realigning his values to build consensus. And credit where credit is due, he means it when he says his views have evolved. But what if we're missing the point entirely? What if the middle isn't just the halfway spot between two noisy factions? What if it's not compromise, but origin? What if the middle ground is the original ground? The place where we, the people, stood long before political parties ever claimed us. That idea has been echoing in my mind lately, especially if you, like me, have wondered, have we simply forgotten how to be American? Not as red or blue, but as a whole. We forget that when we cheer on our volunteer fire department, that's American. When we support our local library or public school, that's American. That's government. And yet, on the other side of the coin, we complain about our taxes or blame the government, forgetting that those things are American too. They serve a greater purpose. We serve a greater purpose. Together. Here's where we've lost the thread, in my opinion. The middle we need isn't a mushy compromise. It's a shared center, a purpose, a community, a sense of belonging to something larger than ourselves and with each other. For me, calling myself American didn't come naturally. I didn't grow up going to township meetings or debating school board candidates around the dinner table. My political identity was shaped more by party than by place. But I've always been a history nerd, and that's where my civic journey started. Not from practical politics, but from learning about who we were and who we meant to be. And I believe that's one of our biggest problems today. We've forgotten how to be American together. And that's why I said yes when my friends in Logan County introduced me to Will Westmoreland and asked me to help host an event called Meet in the Middle. Will's idea was simple and powerful. Come together in the middle of the United States, in Illinois, in Logan County, in a town founded by Abraham Lincoln and his friends, and talk about the real issues facing rural communities. Not to argue, not to posture, but to build relationships and community. That's government too. We just forgot. It might sound ambitious, but I truly believe we, the people, myself included, can help rebuild a better definition of what it means to be American. And if we ever want to heal from the years of neglect, underfunding, and division, we've got to start there. And as my old friend Abe Lincoln once reminded us, this government is of, by, and for the people. That's us. We're government too. So come and join us. We're going to get together this Sunday on the 13th, July 13th at 1 p.m. at the Logan County Fairgrounds. If you need instructions on how to get there, please visit sunshinestrategies.org, and there's more information there, and you can RSVP. So we're going to have food, we're going to have some kids activities, and most importantly, we're going to have good people gathering for a good reason. I am new to TikTok because I'm old. But apparently, Will Westmoreland and Mr. Global are two guests. They are huge on TikTok, and I'm so excited to meet them and really hear their experiences of growing up and living in rural communities as well. So if you are available to join us this Sunday in Lincoln, Illinois, please do. So that's what Sunshine Strategies has been up to here in the last couple of weeks is we've been putting together this really fun event in Logan County, and I cannot wait to meet Mr. Global and Will Westmoreland. So now that, I've done that, the fun part, let's move on to the news, which is always kind of a downer here lately. So, I'm going to just bring you a couple of stories, again, at the national and the state level, and why it matters to you. If you've been with us for a while, you'll know that this podcast originally started as Kids Political Radio and was my son and I talking about what's happening in the world. So that's kind of what I picked up and started doing during the second Trump administration. So let's get to it. First, there has been devastating flooding in Texas, and my heart goes out to them, the families affected, the rescuers, all those people that are still experiencing this tragedy. These historic flash floods have taken over 110 lives as of this recording, including children at a summer camp, and there are still dozens missing. The storms were tied into the tropical storm Barry, and what was left of it as it moved inland. This even brought flash flooding as far north as Chicago. We saw not nearly as intensely as Texas, but even here locally, we had some isolated flooding. Why this matters in this story is it underscores our need again to really participate as Americans in our democracy and help create systems that include climate resiliency, stronger forecasting systems, and better emergency preparedness at all levels. Another not so fun story that's really important and we need to know about is the U.S. strike on Iranian nuclear sites. The U.S. military struck Iran's Fordow enrichment site, reportedly setting back Iran's nuclear program by years. Tehran confirmed serious damage. There has been a lot of reporting on this topic, and I do encourage you, if it's something that you would like to learn more about, please get a variety of news sources on this topic. This matters because it is a huge escalation in the Middle East tensions that will affect global diplomacy, how we treat each country and to the other, oil prices, and security here in our home. So that'll be fun. Another really important news story to follow. And if you have not heard already, there has been a massive federal workforce layoff under Donald Trump. He is already reshaping the federal government again. More than 275,000 federal jobs are being cut, roughly 12% of the civil service. Agencies like the EPA and the National Park Service are specifically impacted. This will and is reshaping how government serves us all, from our air safety to clean water. It's not just a DC problem, and it's not just waste, fraud, and abuse. This is an issue that will change American lives forever. So another story that hits home with Illinois families is the SNAP and Medicaid cuts that just went through. A new federal bill will strip food and health benefits from hundreds of thousands of Illinoisans. Governor Pritzker says that over 330,000 people could lose Medicaid with this new bill that just passed. And why it matters? If DC won't step up, Illinois is going to have to, and fast. Our families here in central Illinois and throughout the state need food and care, not finger pointing. And again, I have to reiterate, government services, they cost money. And if we want government to perform, we have to put into that budget so that they have the money to do so. And I refuse to have a news podcast with only terrible news. So I went through and tried to find a bit of good news for the last week. Here in Illinois, iLottery winner won $650,000 because they matched all 5 numbers in the July 7th Lucky Day Lotto midday draw. Nearly $700,000 in total prizes were awarded statewide. And every now and then, it's good to have a reminder that fortune favors the regular people just like us. And I could use more of that energy these days. So before we go, a reminder, democracy isn't a building in Washington or that state senator that you go and visit at Springfield. It's the work we do together right here at home. It's our libraries, our school boards, our local parks, and our neighbors. If you're tired of all the noise, of the blame game, the shutdowns, the shouting, come stand in the middle with us this Sunday in Logan County, Illinois. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to show up and listen and talk. This has been Sunshine Strategies Radio, where civics meets heart. Stay kind, stay curious, and keep planting good seeds. I'm Jen, signing off.